Starting live video. We're on. Okay. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Let's get a little sound check in there. We need someone to confirm that you can hear us properly. We did not overcomplicate this. There's one person. All right, Susan, hello. So anyone who pops on, if you can give us a sound check real quick, that'd be great. And also tell us where you're watching from. We'd love to hear that. This is awesome. So we're gonna have a good time today. And Mary's here, but I'm not showing her yet. So someone has to give me a sound check. Come on. 11 people. John, Kristen, Susan. All right. Brad, what's going on? How are you? Sound is good. Sarah, thank you. Sound is good. Master that. I'm assuming that's Kayla. Okay, so this is awesome. So today we're on location today. And I have to say, I'm speechless at what I've seen and been shown, and this install is absolutely outrageous, okay? It is done, to the nines. The quality of construction and the thought that went into this is astounding, okay? For sure. So, oh, Susan, you're on. Where are you, Susan? You know she's cringing right now. Susan, are you watching? I think everyone should get to meet Susan. What do you think? Oh yeah, the kids are in charge now. Just put the phone down and get over here. Oh yeah, you're on. Oh yeah. So this is fun. This is our turn to have a good time. So this is Susan. She's wonderful. All right, say hi. When we're talking to Susan, this is Susan, and she's wonderful. There you go. As soon as you heard me say that, you're like, oh, I'm gonna kill him. Well, good. It was worth it. Okay, you guys, get out of here. So we're on location for an install, and now I'm gonna turn the camera around. We have lots to talk about. Some of it's serious, some of it's fun. We'll tell you what we're doing this week, but I'm gonna pan right now, starting right here. And I'm going to talk about everything that our friend Brian has done here. Oh, look who it is. There she is. All right. How are you doing down there, Mare?
Nice.
Yeah? You feeling okay?
Yeah.
Is it a little...
98 degrees.
A little warmer than yesterday? Yesterday was chilly.
Yesterday was chilly.
You want to tell what happened yesterday?
So we mentioned it on our little blurb, but we were doing some photo shoot work with Master Spas, and the water didn't have enough time to warm up a lot, so we did all day in a 73, 4 degree swim spa.
Right.
Which, if those of you who watch and know me, it was not good.
It was tough. The first hour wasn't bad.
But we made it, and
Yep.
we got everything that we needed, and then we got to have some fun after, so it was okay.
So Stephen hopes they have good ventilation. Stephen, we're about to open your eyes to good ventilation.
Sure did.
Okay, so before we get into the install, we'll talk a little bit. I put it on me so you can relax.
Yeah.
So we're in Fort Wayne. We're at the factory. There's a lot going on this week. We did a little photo shoot for the H2 exercise book. We've got our massive European dealer, Hot Tub Superstore UK. There's eight of them, nine with Dean.
Yeah.
So their whole crew is in town. They are a handful and so much fun.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. So getting to meet them, starting to talk about swim spas, and that everyone is aware that the market in the US is on fire. Well, so is Europe. And
We got to do a live with them.
Oh yeah, tell them.
Today. So earlier today, we were at the Master Spas factory, and we did a live with Hot Tub Superstore.
That was fun.
It was really fun, and we got to take a look at the factory from above, like from an eagle's nest view, and we got to chat with 2 of the representatives from their store, which was really fun.
I could listen to them speak all day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the accent is just fun. They're fun.
They're
They're wild.
We're having fun with them here, so.
Okay. So I'm going to put it on me for a second, and then what else do we want to talk about? I guess that was it. So, okay, so I'm gonna spin this around, and if you guys have questions, hop on there. Robert, what's up, my man? Mike Peters. All right, so let's flip this around. So I'm gonna start explaining the installation and the construction of this indoor Challenger 19 by starting with the television. Now I realize that sounds strange, but this television it's a Sunbright. And basically what that is an outdoor, moisture resistant television. It's made for outdoors. And we're not outdoors, guys. We're not outdoors at all. But this gentleman has built this room to the nines. It's absolutely outrageous. I've never seen anything like it. I know of a couple of other installs that could be done to this level. We haven't, really dug into them yet, but this is unique to say the least. So this television is actually made to resist moisture, and there's really not any moisture in this room. So now let's talk about the moisture for a second. Obviously, there's plenty of windows, and we were doing a photo shoot, so we had all the jets running, and it's cold outside, so we opened up some of these windows. But some things that I have never even seen. This is fresh air. So these two vents can be opened and closed, okay? And you've got fresh air coming in, and then if you pan to up top, those are getting rid of moisture. Those are getting rid of, of air, exhaust, the whole thing, and they turn on by motion, or you can turn them on manually. So it's just absolutely outrageous. So that's those three guys up there. Then you've got an oversized mini split that's a heat pump that does heat, cooling, and dehumidification. So you can turn that system on, turn the fresh air on, put the mini split on dehumidify. There's 3 different situations, and you have the windows. So there's all that situation to get rid of the moisture. Now, he didn't stop there, okay? The windows, all of the trim, I'm gonna turn that camera around so you can see this. The level is just outrageous. All of the trim, all PVC. Look at all plastic. So this PVC doesn't require paint. And then you've got, even the sheetrock is the type of sheetrock you put in the bathroom, and it's made for moisture. It's unreal. Now this ceiling, I'm gonna see if I can get you, if you can see that texture. Yeah, you can see that, there you go. So that ceiling is polyurethane, and it resists mold and moisture. You can't hurt it. Everything is caulked. It's outrageous. So now this floor, this tile floor, these planks, so let me show you guys this. This is done, he's way past doing this right. And we went underneath and checked it out. We're not gonna go down there because it's a little ways to get around, but there's full access. So you can see this mat, that can be taken off. You can open it up so that from underneath you can lift up and get all the panels out all the way around, okay? Now, what you can't see is this room is an addition on the house. That's where the foundation ends over there, right behind Mary. So they cut a hole in the foundation down in the basement, okay? And you can go in and then go all the way around the swim spa underneath, okay? The breakers are down there, but then you have the sub panel up in the corner, plumbing, fresh water, hot and cold, just unbelievable install. We knew when Brian forwarded the pictures, we knew that it was outrageous, and it just looked so clean. We knew we wanted to come. It was in Fort Wayne, so it was really close. But we've done a live on a Challenger 19 before, but never on an inside install. And I've never even seen one that was done to this level. It's outrageous. What an amazing job. So, but let's talk about the swim spa a little bit. Mary, the water's clear. You can see all the way through.
Yep.
Crystal, look at that. Look at the detail on that soft tread.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. That's how you know that water is just awesome. This is a Challenger 19. You can tell by the 6 jets. You can tell by the extra control panel for swim. Fantastic. All the lights. This must look awesome with the lights down in here. Yeah, can you imagine with all the waterfalls on? I don't know if it'll be quite dark enough to show that. Oh, that reminds me. even this, okay? These guys here, those are the shades, mold, mildew resistant. I mean, everything on purpose, just fantastic. Just absolutely gorgeous details, and he's not done, okay? Chris, what's going on? How are you, man? So the next thing that's going on, so this gentleman obviously is detail oriented, to say the least. He's gonna do subway tile, what do you say, about 9 inches above?
I didn't hear him say it.
So he actually measured when the kids swim how far the splashes go, and he never got a splash higher than here. So there's gonna be a border subway tile all the way around the room, black subway tile. Just astonishing, so much detail in the install, it's fantastic. So I can't even, it's just unbelievable. So very,
really amazing.
very impressive,
Yeah.
very impressive, and just absolutely exceeded, you know, what we were expecting to see on an install. It's outrageous. So the one thing I want to point out, Mayor, this is fun. I'm going to show you the neighbors' houses.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to go to the window. What do I spy over there? I spy. Oh, the screen is distorting it. That is a Master Spa 7.2. That's a Master Spa 7.2 on one side. Okay. And then over here, yep, both neighbors. 3 houses in a row. Master Spas, American Muscle, taking over the world.
They said when they were driving in, the team, when they were
Yep.
driving in, that there's many in this development.
Oh, yeah, I
So
bet.
they were like playing I Spy.
I spy a Master Spas, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's so much fun to look out the windows and both sides have, you know, Master
Yeah.
Spas hot tubs. I love
Yeah.
that. That's really cool.
It was cool.
And that was a surprise. We didn't know that was here until today. So let's see. What material is that mat around the pool? Let me see if I can show you. Okay. So it's like
It's like a rubber mat.
It's like a
almost
rubber-
like the gym mat.
it's almost like gym mat, but it's solid there. And then this is glued down so that you have traction on there and you can see how thick it is. Oop. Get back. There you go. You can see it's thick. Well, I'll actually have to answer you later. I'm not exactly sure what that is. And Brian this is so detailed. We talked about it, and I don't actually remember what that material is underneath there. So we'll come back in the answers later on and get that for you. Okay. So we'll answer that later on. What else do we have? Let's get some questions. Chris got the Christmas lights hung around the Challenger 19. It's
Oh, neat.
Chris, we want to see some pictures of that.
Those of you that, sorry.
Nope, we're back.
We're back? Okay. So for those of you who have really neat installs, amazing yards, that would love to have maybe a Facebook Live at their home, we're going to develop a contest where you're going to submit your installs. But we've been kind of discussing the best timing for that. So start collecting some really neat photos of your install, even videos of your install, so that you will be able to submit them at the right time. And we're going to do a little contest, and the winner will be able to have a Facebook Live at their house.
Right.
So this isn't the last time that we'll be doing this, and we're really excited about starting that.
So we're not allowed to pick the winner based on where we'd like to go, but if you have an amazing install in Tahiti, that would be fantastic. and I have it on good authority that you might win. Tahiti, you know, something like that. Okay, so I got buzzed. This is black PVC. All right, and it's just outrageous. It's outrageous. Access cover, fantastic. Works well in here.
And in this particular install,
Yep.
because it's so accessible around
Yep.
all of the sides,
Yep.
and it's easy to roll up the cover from the outside, it works well in this particular inside.
And I do like the access cover on an inside install where
Yeah.
you're a little less concerned with, that thickness in your very, very extremely cold climates. So not that it can't handle the outside, but it's definitely not quite as efficient as the snow load thicker, 5-6 inch cover, as you know. So we've got soft tread, you've got Master Pure, I can see it running. Lights in the Challenger, the Axis. This is beautiful. What temperature is that, Mare?
The hot tub side is 98 degrees and the swim area is about 88.
So you're comfortable there?
I'm good.
Yep.
Not too hot. Just
And then
right.
inside you can see that is, can you see that? 71 degrees.
It's nice because it's not blowing. It's blowing like nice, comfortable air.
Yep. It's awesome.
He was saying that it can be warmer, but it's perfect right now.
It's perfect.
We're not-
Well, I'm not in, and it's warm in here.
Yeah.
So, and we've got some of these windows are open. Although, when we were playing, we did a photo shoot. Mary and I were both in. They were taking pictures and turned all the jets on, but we had the whole thing running up. And when everything is circulating, you're going to have more moisture, more steam on the windows, and it did. So as soon as we wanted to clear it up, you turn the jets off, crack a couple of windows, gone. It's dry like that.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, everything is made of plastic. Everything is mildew, mold resistant. It's outrageous. Yeah, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
And it looks good. It's so clean. And that was what attracted us to come. It was so clean. It was so fantastic.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. So, what else, Mare? I'm turning to you.
Okay.
Other impressions you had of the install. What did you like the best? What's your favorite?
I really, it's interesting because the height of because this is it has that sunken
Yep.
look, but there's still a lip,
Yeah.
so it's easy to get in and out of.
Yep.
And it's a good height. It makes it easy to get the cover, on and off from the outside, but it also makes it easy to get in and out. I think that's what I was most impressed with was.
Well, there you have it, folks.
I couldn't know that one. Anyway, so I
Now,
thought that
she could have says, "Hey, I have to sneeze. Turn the camera around." Just like that. It's
I'm
alive.
sorry. It
Yeah.
came on all of a sudden.
It's live video, guys. There's not a lot you can say about that. All right. So yeah, let me show you the height of this.
Yeah, it's great.
Master Spas, bless you.
Thank you.
What's wrong with you? That was awesome. Okay, so you can see the height. Now you guys know that we typically don't recommend syncing up to the flange or top height because it makes it much more difficult to get in. But this is perfect. So you
Yeah.
could literally walk up, sit your tush, and then spin in either way you were going. It's perfect. It's so well done. I just love it. And it's clean, like the black PVC. Looks good. It almost looks, because of the black, it almost looks like an extension of the swim spa. So you can see it here. I'll kind of try to get in the corner. Mary, you look like you're chilling out pretty good there, having a good time.
I am. So Ben, one of the things that you mentioned too, underneath this is a nice foundation.
It's super thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 inches plus. Mm-hmm. They wanted the height. They were very particular with the height, and it came out. It's just awesome. So let's see. Did I have a question in there? Brad Hames, you guys are awesome. No, you're awesome.
How did they do this? How did they get it in? What
Oh,
was there?
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So, what you can't see, Brian's like, that's right, I explained it. So, what you can't see, guys, is if you look over here, one of the things that we always talk about is, if you move, you can take your swim spa with you. Well, what if you do an install like this? How do you get this out of here? They even thought of that. So wait, I don't know if you caught this part, Mary.
I didn't.
So this is what they did. So what you have here is underneath the windows, there's another beam, a load bearing that goes all the way across that's longer than the swim spa. So what happens is they can actually take the siding off on the outside and then unscrew the piece and remove the whole wall and open this up. All they have to do is cut the sheetrock, make the repair, and they can literally pull this and slide it right out of that wall underneath those windows on purpose.
Cool.
Absolutely outrageous.
Is that how they got it in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's how they got it in. So they slid it in from the side.
So was the room built already, or did they finish the room around it?
Actually, that I didn't ask.
Okay.
So Melanie's out there watching. Melanie, you can ask if the room was built first or if it was just the foundation when they slid this in and they built the room around it. That I did not ask that.
I'm just curious.
So
'cause
it's,
you've done a couple,
you can do it a couple different ways.
And if they slid it from that one side, they could have finished that.
I mean, I can tell you this contractor is so detail oriented that even if the room was built first, which is, we typically wouldn't recommend doing the room first, we'd recommend putting the swim spa and building around it because the fit and finish will typically come out a little better. Certainly with decks, that's what we recommend. But this guy, it could have gone either way and there's no way to tell. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So just really, really impressive. And so, it was funny. It was just so perfect because we were coming here anyway. And then we found, Brian sent pictures in and invited us over if we wanted to do a live here. The other thing I'd like to point out, and this is, we talk about, people always talk about the covers. I'm pointing at you, so don't pick at your face or anything, Mary. Okay, you can sneeze though. So, people don't like the covers standing up sometimes. Some people care, some people don't. So on an Axis cover, when you roll it up, it's still pretty thick. I mean, I don't know how that's my leg. That's the pocket at the top of my pants leg to the top of that.
At least 3 feet.
It's pretty close to 3 feet. So it's up there. So, even with the Axis cover, you're still going to have a side that if, you're super concerned about the view, it's something to be aware of because it's easy to maneuver on top, but if you remove it off of there, it's pretty hefty. Dougie. The neighbors, the Twilight neighbors. So, okay. So
Do you have
Mary,
any questions on there?
let's see. Let me take a look through. You look comfortable. All right. Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm pointing the camera at you.
Oh.
Just so you know.
We hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we just finished. It seems like so long ago.
It does seem like a long time
It was
ago.
just last week.
Yep. Our H2X Trainer 15D is being installed on December 7th. Can't wait to be able to start using it. We can't wait for you to be able to start using it.
Get in on Christmas and take pictures.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is just the coolest thing.
Oh, yeah. What else do we have? South Bend.
Me.
Michelle. All right. So, if you guys, I thought there was one other thing we wanted to talk about. We made a point to talk about.
Photo shoot,
Photo shoot,
the contest,
the contest. That'll be fun.
being in Fort Wayne with Hot Tub Superstore.
Yep.
I think that was it.
And all the neighbors have Twilights.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Okay. So what we're gonna do, what time we have? 23, a little short. Today, the system was down, so we didn't get any questions emailed in.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see, anyone on there? If you have any questions, pop on right now. Ask them while we're still on. As you know, you can always hop on later, and we're gonna pop back on there tonight. But I just can't get over this, you guys. It's so awesome. And then this is a good subject. I turned the camera on you, Mare.
Okay.
So inside, and this is something that we've seen before, if you do this type of an install and you've got joists underneath this floor supporting this structure, if they're pressed up against the swim spa, you can actually get a vibration through the house. And we've had this happen a few times. The camera's on me now. So we've had this happen a few times where people thought, oh, there's something wrong with it. It's vibrating all the way through the house. There was nothing wrong with it. They actually were too tight with the wood up there, and it just caused that tiny little vibration. And you'd be shocked at how far that vibration goes. And it's a mix of vibration versus noise. Here, everything is, spaced properly. And Brian told me that if every single pump is on, now mind you, a Challenger 19 with Master Pure, there's 7 pumps inside this swim spa. That's a lot. That's a lot of action.
Yeah.
If everything is on at the same time, you hear just the tiniest little hum from the next room over, and that's it. And that's 7 pumps on a Challenger 19, you know, moving a ton of water. 3 of the pumps on the swim, you know, moving hundreds and hundreds of gallons of water a minute at wide open throttle. And they're not hearing any of that. That's absolutely outrageous. And that's just a testament to their contractor, and his attention to detail was outstanding. And it's just, and it's done in a way that is just unbelievable. Miracle, Kevin O'Connor, Miracle Contracting Inc. has before and during and after photos of this install. Yeah, it's
cool.
It's awesome. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. They are masters of their trade for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't set out to give them the shout out, but man, they deserve it. Miracle Contracting. It's a great name. It's a great name, and they certainly pulled. I don't want to say they pulled off a miracle, but they did their job, and they did a great job, for sure. Just knocked it out of the park. So impressive.
I just think that the amount of attention to detail in this install is amazing. You know, just like you said,
Oh, yeah.
from the TV.
The TV, yeah, the TV's crazy.
To the shades, to the ventilation, to the matting around it. Everything is just done so perfectly for this particular install, which really makes it really special. So.
Oh, it's very cool.
Neat, yeah.
Okay, a couple of questions. Let me spin this around. Suzanne, where is this? Sorry, late to the view. No problem. This is in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And, oh my God, it's just crazy. You can go back and watch, but we kind of showed everything. Let's see. Michael, we'll get back to that. Kevin O'Connor, fun project, great customer. I'm assuming you are part of, or if not, the owner of Miracle Contracting. If you are, congratulations on amazing work. I'm gonna shut these.
Yeah.
I'm a big dog guy, not a yipper dog guy. So I'm gonna shut those. And we'll tune that little pooch out a little bit. There's two dogs out there. Okay. Bad doggy. Now he's gonna stop barking anyway.
Yeah.
Turn these. Okay, we got a couple more questions. Yeah, Kevin O'Connor. Yep, thanks. Awesome job,
Yeah.
brother. Really, seriously. So impressive. So impressive. So it's our pleasure to give you the shout out there. All right, let's see. Is there any more protection that I could do for my Twilight 8.2 during the winter? Just concerned about freezing temperatures. Michael, don't do anything that won't freeze. Keep it on, keep it at the temperature you like, clean the filters, put chlorine in it, try the bend method, it's awesome. That's it, you're all set.
I feel like we maybe talked about that in last week's video.
Talk about what?
Freezing, like the freezing temperatures. A couple people maybe asked about that. I think it was last week. But yeah, just leave it running. Cover it when you're not using it.
Yep.
And leave it at
The cover works
temperature you
awesome.
want it.
Chris, I was expecting to hear more noise from our Challenger 19 and was happy to hear how quiet it can be.
It really-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And Chris did a great job on their install too. His pictures are all over the place as well. Mariana, how do you control humidity in such settings? So, Mariana, if you're still there, what you have here, first you have windows, depending on the season. Those are fresh air vents that can be opened or closed. Then you have up there, so you can pull all that moisture out. And then you have a mini split that is a heat pump that is heat and air conditioning and dehumidification. So they can control it numerous ways. I mean, everything that Brian did, everything that Brian and Miracle Contracting did was they put 2 or 3 methods of everything. They're doubled up on every process. It's outrageous. It's just I can't beat that dead horse anymore. It's fantastic. All right. So let's see, what else do we have here? Is that a 19D? Stacy Hill, that is a Challenger 19D. Yep. Master Spa's answered that. I think that's all we have for questions. So the key thing that we want to talk about when we're showing this is, again, from underneath. So if you go down in the basement, what you see is this space right here is completely open underneath this. There's joists under the floor, but that's it. Then it goes down a bunch. So you can hop right in, right there, and you can access the business end of the Challenger, which is, there's a lot of action going on in there, all from right there. And then what you can't see is right here, all the way down on all three other sides, there is basically a wall underneath there. So when you climb in, you would climb in here, and then you go through the joist, and then there's all that space. So you can either sneak in up close, or you can get on the other side of this wall, and it's just 2x4 construction, and you can reach over to the cabinet. So everything is accessible all the way through. And then this black PVC is removable, and it leaves enough space where you can take the cabinet, because the cabinet, you want to take the screws out of the cabinet drops down and then scoots up, and all that cabinet can be removed. So just really well thought out. It's very impressive. Okay. Do we have anything to talk about upcoming?
Just collect your photos.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Of your installs, and we will be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, Wednesday.
Which will be December 15th.
Yep.
Normal Facebook Live.
That'll probably be from inside the warehouse.
Yep. And that'll be normal Wednesday in 2 weeks. And I don't.
My 15D is sitting in a warehouse waiting to be delivered, really liking the 19, wish I bought that. It's huge. I have a 15 and I love it, so I don't, they're all awesome, man,
Yeah.
So, don't, Trainer 15D is the world's most sold swim spa. You kind of can't go wrong with it. All right, there's nothing you're gonna regret there. I assure you. So back in 2 weeks, and back to that, you'll have more of this contest will be released, and we want to see your installs. We want to see the details. That's where it's at. If you have any questions on the installs, I wanted to talk about lead time. So lead time is coming down, which is great. So you're gonna see those times decrease. We're catching up. We're in great shape. The factory is just absolutely awesome. It's running like a well-oiled machine.
It's just like buzzing with activity.
Oh yeah, and I mean you see the
It's really neat.
right, and it showing the cameras on you, just so you know. So showing the dealer from the UK, they haven't been there since 2017. They haven't been in the last 2 years because of COVID. Showing them the changes at the factory since 2017 are outrageous.
Well, even they were talking about how that it was a 2-building,
Yeah.
business. Now there's 5 ginormous buildings, and I forget how many, 45 acres, 50 acres?
50 acres. It's outrageous.
It's really amazing. So.
Yep. So let's see. We got a quick question from Mariana. Yes. So if water were to leak out, there's drains downstairs that would run out. Like I said, nothing was missed here. When you install in a vault, and this is a little different because this isn't really an outdoor vault. What we're concerned with the water mostly isn't so much from a leak, it's more rainwater is the biggest concern. It's more common for that to cause a disruption in your life and situation than it is from a leak. And remember, all these are tested, not to say that they're built in Fort Wayne, they're not built in heaven, so you're going to have things happen from time to time, but it's pretty infrequently if you look at the larger numbers. So, but when you do a vault, you want to have access. If it's an indoor installation like this, you want to get a professional like Miracle. I'm going to keep plugging him. I'll keep plugging you, dude, because this is just outstanding. But you want to get someone who understands that, someone who's going to work with Master. I mean, all of our dealers have professionals there who know the answers to these questions, have them help the contractor. The contractors just need the information, and they'll build it correctly. All right, and we're pretty good at getting them that information. So but that's critical for the install to come out right. So just absolutely fantastic. What an addition. It just looks so great. The gray, the white, it's my colors. Mary, down there enjoying yourself. So yesterday, we did the photos, and it was a Trainer 12, and the water was 74 degrees, and we were in there for a few hours. It was getting tough at the end there. I was at the end of my rope there at the end, and it took a while to warm up afterwards. But let's see. Kevin, Master Spas is great to work with, very knowledgeable. We appreciate that. Sounds and certainly looks like this was a match made in heaven right here. So I know that Brian is just absolutely over the moon with your work here. So it's fantastic, but so impressive. You guys nailed it. So anyone, we'll wrap this up.
Yep.
We'll get ready to close this out. You have any final thoughts, Mary? You're good?
I'm good. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
On the 15th.
Yep, 15th,
Yep.
14 plus 1.
Yeah.
Perfect. We know what we're going to talk about yet?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
If anyone has any ideas.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. If you have any ideas and something you want to talk about, you can start giving us some warning now, and we'll certainly do that. Or you can just ask questions during the live, and we'll address them then anyway. So anyone has any questions, any specific questions on this install or anything from us, reach out, send a message. We're always here, and we're always trying our best to respond to those. Sometimes there's a lot, and it takes us a little bit, but don't be afraid to hit us twice and remind us, So we're not shy, and we're not offended from that. So if you need to bump us again to get our attention, do it. Okay, what's this? How would one prepare for weather we had this past February when we lost power for 3 days and temps were in the teens? So David, I think it was last week,
Yeah.
we talked about that. What you want to do, if you lose power, it needs to be below freezing for multiple days to actually freeze and do damage. It's actually very challenging. It's very rare. So what you want to do is make sure your cover's on correctly. Don't open it, don't drain it. Leave the water in there. It retains a ton of heat. You got to remember, our efficiency doesn't necessarily come from so much that we produce the heat so efficiently. It's electric heat. It's that we're really good at hanging on to it. So our insulation, our covers are key. They're fantastic. That's where it is. So if it snows, the snow doesn't melt off of there. That's on purpose. That's what you want. It's the level of insulation that you're looking for. And more importantly, you want to just leave it in there. Don't drain it. And then your worst case scenario, if you had a small generator and it was days and it was really cold, it takes days, 3 days, depending on what the situation is. You can have, I did actually speak with Kirk, you can have some plumbing, be disrupted out on the, so all your businesses on this end, you can have some plumbing start to freeze. But what you can do is on a big long swim spa inside this cabinet down on the bottom, you could put a little fan blown heater and it'll blow the air around, and that really works well. But on a hot tub, you can do the light trick with the old shop light. And he made a point, which I just assumed everyone would realize, that it can't be LED lights. They don't give off any heat. And he was right. I actually, when he said it, I'm like, of course that's right. It needs to be an old school regular light bulb. The bigger the better. Okay, so that's it. Questions? Hop on tonight. We'll be back on there. And that's in. We'd like to congratulate our good friend Brian and Miracle Contracting. This is knocked it out of the park. Great work. All right, so you guys be good. We'll see you in 2 weeks on the 15th.
Yep.
Say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Wave.
Thank you.
Bye. Cool.